something nobody tells you when you're first starting out with money. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you actually keep. You could be making $50,000 a year or $150,000 a year and still feel like you're barely staying afloat. And the reason most people feel that way isn't because they're bad with money. It's because they've never had a clear system to manage it. And that's exactly what the right budgeting app gives you, a system. With so many options out there, all promising to change your financial life, how do you know which one is actually worth downloading? Today, I'm breaking down the top 5 budgeting apps for beginners, not just what they are, but what they're actually good at, where they fall short, and which type of person each one is built for. Because the best budgeting app isn't the one with the most features, it's the one that actually fits your lifestyle. I'm Alex, aka your money friend. With that said, let's get into it. What makes a good budgeting app? There are 3 things to look for. First is ease of use. If the app is confusing or overwhelming right out of the gate, most people quit within a week. A good budgeting app should feel simple enough that you actually want to open it regularly. Second is the right features. For your goals, some apps are great for tracking and spending. Others are better for saving, investing, or building wealth for the future. Knowing what you're trying to accomplish makes it a lot easier to pick out the right tool. And third, most importantly, is the cost. A lot of budgeting apps have free versions, but the best features are usually behind the paywall. So we'll break down the pricing for each one so you know exactly what you're getting into before you commit to anything. Now, with that said, let's get into the list. RocketMoney. And I would say it earns the #1 spot and the top spot for one specific reason. Most budgeting apps help you track where your money went. RocketMoney actually helps you get money back. Here's what I mean by that. When you connect your bank accounts and credit cards to RocketMoney, the app scans everything and it finds every single recurring charge. Subscriptions, memberships, free trials you signed up for months ago and completely forgot about. It finds all of them and it lays them out in one place. The average American spends over $200 a month on subscriptions, and a big chunk of that is on things they don't even use anymore. RocketMoney fixes that. Oh yeah, and then there's bill negotiation. So you upload a bill, your internet, your phone, your cable, and RocketMoney's team will actually call the provider and try to get you a lower rate. If they succeed, they take between 30 and 60% of the savings. If they don't, you pay nothing. And on top of that, RocketMoney gives you a clean spending overview, automatic transaction categorization, saving goals, and credit score monitoring all in one place. Think of it like having a financial assistant who quietly works in the background without you having to do much at all. What it does well, I would say it does really well: subscription tracking, bill negotiation, and simple automated budgeting. It's beginner friendly right out of the box. Something that I would keep in mind for RocketMoney is the free version only gives you 2 custom budget categories. So to really use RocketMoney to its full advantage, you are going to need the premium. Well, they have it broken down right here for you. So how much does RocketMoney cost per month? RocketMoney uses a pay what you think is fair model for premium, typically ranging from $7 to $14 per month. And this is subject to change. Just keep that in mind depending on when you're watching this video. But the basic version is completely free. So yeah, it's crazy to think about, but you actually get to choose what you pay within that range. And so I would say it's best for anyone who wants to stop wasting money on forgotten subscriptions and bills and wants a simple, hands-off way to manage their spending without a lot of effort. And I'll also leave the link to get started with RocketMoney down in the description down below, so it's easy for you guys to sign up. Really, all you got to do is press sign up. They only ask you for your first name, your last name, and your email address. You agree to the terms, and then you can get started with the process of getting set up with your RocketMoney account. #2 is SoFi. And this one is a little different from the others on this list because it's not just a budgeting app, it's a full financial platform. And that's exactly what makes it so powerful for beginners. Here's the deal. Most people have their money spread across multiple places. A checking account here, a savings account there, maybe an investment account somewhere else. SoFi pulls all of that together under one roof. You get a checkings and a savings account combo that earns up to 3.8% APY on your savings when you set up direct deposit. APY just means the interest rate you earn on money over a year. And a 3.8% is significantly higher than what most traditional banks pay. Most big banks are paying close to 0. SoFi also has a feature called Relay, their built-in financial dashboard. You can link all your external accounts, track your spending by category, monitor your credit score, and see your full net worth all in one place, and it's completely free. They also have saving vaults, which are basically separate pockets inside of your savings account. You can create one for an emergency fund, one for a vacation, and one for a car. Whatever you're saving for doesn't really matter. Each vault earns the same high interest rate as your main savings account. And if you want to take it further, SoFi also offers investing, credit cards, and access to free financial planners all inside the same app. There's no monthly fees, no minimum balance requirements. Think of SoFi like a financial home base. Everything lives in one place and works together. What it does well, I would say SoFi's high yield savings, all-in-one banking and budgeting, net worth tracking, and free financial planning access. What to keep in mind: SoFi's budgeting tools are solid, but not the most detailed. If you want deep category level budgeting, you might want to pair it with another app on the list. So I would say this is best for beginners who want one app that handles banking, saving, and budgeting all in one place without juggling multiple platforms. And so I'll also leave this link to get started with SoFi in the description down below for you guys. Number 3 is FutureMoney. And this one is for a very specific type of person. If you're a parent who wants to start building wealth for your kids, FutureMoney is one of the most unique tools available right now. Here's the core idea. The earlier you start investing for a child, the more time that money has to grow. A dollar invested for a 5-year-old today has over a decade to compound before they even graduate high school. Most families never take advantage of this simply because they don't know where to start. FutureMoney makes it simple enough that you don't need any investing experience to get going. Their flagship product is called the Junior Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is a retirement account where your money grows completely tax-free. Tax-free means when your child eventually withdraws that money decades from now, they don't owe a single dollar in taxes on those gains. FutureMoney is one of the only platforms that makes opening one of these for a child this easy. They also offer their 529 education savings plans for college expenses, custodial accounts, and general investing accounts. So there's flexibility depending on what you're trying to accomplish. When you open an account, FutureMoney builds a diversified portfolio for you automatically. And if you're confused, diversified just means your money is spread across different types of investments, so you're not putting everything in one place. What it does well: Junior Roth IRA setup, automated investing for kids, gifting, future, and simple onboarding for parents with no investing experience. What to keep in mind though: FutureMoney is focused on investing for the future, not day-to-day budgeting. It's a complement to a budgeting app, not a replacement for one. Now, if we're talking about the pricing for FutureMoney, it starts out at $5 a month for their pro plan, and it goes up to $15 a month for their generations plans. FutureMoney also offers income-based discounts, so if your household income falls below a certain threshold, you may qualify for a reduced rate. I would say this is best for parents who want to start investing for their kids and want a simple platform that does the heavy lifting for them. If you have kids or you're thinking about your kids' future, I'll go ahead and leave that in the description down below as well. Number 4 is Monarch Money, and this one is for the person who wants total control over their finances. Monarch Money is one of the most popular budgeting apps right now, and for a good reason. But I do want to be upfront about something. It can feel overwhelming when you first open it. I'm telling you, there's a lot of features and a lot of customization options. But here's the thing: it doesn't have to be complicated if you just focus on the budgeting tools and ignore everything else at the start. Here's what makes Monarch different. Monarch has 2 budgeting styles built in. The first is the traditional category budgeting. You assign a dollar amount to each category, like groceries, rent, and entertainment, and track your progress throughout the month. I mean, that's pretty standard. But then there's flex budgeting, and this one is really interesting. So instead of stressing about every single category, flex budgeting groups everything into 3 main buckets: fixed expenses, things like rent and car payments that don't change, non-monthly expenses, things like vacations or one-time purchases, and flexible expenses, things like dining out or shopping. The idea is that if one category goes up but another goes down, as long as that overall budget balances out, it's a lot more forgiving than traditional budgeting, and for a lot of people, that makes it much easier to actually stick with. Monarch also connects to multiple banks syncing providers, which means it works with more banks and credit unions than most most other apps. And if you ever switch banks, it makes it easy to transfer your transaction history without losing years of data. Think of Monarch like building your own PC. There are a lot of customizable parts that get into it, but once you have it set up exactly how you want it, it's incredibly powerful, right? So let's talk about what it does well. Well, it's flexible budgeting styles, deep customization, detailed reports, investment tracking, and a strong bank connectivity. Here's what to keep in mind. There is a learning curve. Give yourself a week or two to get comfortable with it before you judge it. All right, so now let's go ahead and go to the pricing page. A cool week that they offer is they say your first week is on them. There is a few different options that you can pick from. You have the monthly option, that's $14.99, and then you have the yearly option, which brings it down to $8.33 a month. So you get billed $99.99 yearly. And that is the two different prices that they offer. It's $14.99 a month or $99 a year. I would say this is best for people who want customization and control and don't mind putting in a little time up front to set things up properly. Rounding out the list, at number 5 is YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. And if Monarch is for the person who wants control, YNAB is for the person who wants to completely change how they think about money. Here's what makes YNAB different from every other app on this list. Most budgeting apps track what you already spent. YNAB makes you plan what you're going to spend before you spend it. And the whole system is built around one idea, giving every dollar a job. When money comes in, you immediately assign every single dollar to a category. Rent, groceries, savings, fund money. Every dollar has a destination before it gets spent. YNAB or YNAB also has a rule called roll with the punches. When you overspend in a category, which happens to everyone, YNAB doesn't punish you for it. It just simply asks you to move money from another category to cover it. You adjust and you keep going. The budget bends without breaking. And there's something called true expenses. This helps you plan for bills that don't come every month. Car insurance, annual subscriptions, holiday gifts. YNAB helps you set money aside for these in advance so they never feel like surprises when they hit. What it does well: zero-based budgeting, planning ahead for irregular expenses, flexibility when things don't go planned, a strong community, and educational resources. What to keep in mind. So this is the most hands-on app on the list. It requires regular check-ins and active engagement. It's not one of those set it and forget it kind of tools. Now, if we talk about the pricing, there is a free trial available with no credit card needed, which is awesome. So a 34-day free trial is insane, but that's what they offer. And if we're talking about the actual pricing, you'll see the annual plan comes out to $9.08 USD a month. That's $109 USD paid annually. If you opt in for the monthly plan, it's going to be a little bit more. It's going to be $14.99 USD a month. I would say this is best for people who are serious about getting control over their money and are willing to put in a little effort to make it happen. How to pick the right one. All right, so which one should you actually start with? Here's a simple way to think about it. If you want to stop wasting money on subscriptions and bills, start with RocketMoney because it does the work for you. If you want one app for banking, saving, and budgeting all in one place, start with SoFi. It's the most complete all-in-one option, I would say. Now, if you're a parent who wants to invest for your kids, start with FutureMoney. There's nothing else quite like it. If you want deep customization and total control over your finances, I would say go with Monarch Money. And if you want to completely change how you think about money and you're willing to put in the work, YNAB is the most powerful tool on this list. The most important thing is that you actually start. Any one of these apps is going to give you more clarity on your money than having nothing at all. And clarity is where everything begins. Look, budgeting isn't about restriction. It's about intention. It's about knowing where your money is going so you can actually use it for the things that matter most to you. Pick one app from this list, download it today, give it 30 days, and I promise you, you'll be surprised what you find out about your own spending. Links for all of these are all down in the description down below. Now, these are affiliate links, meaning we earn a small commission if you sign up through them at no extra cost to you. That's what keeps this channel going and lets us keep making free videos like this for you guys. If this video helped you out, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss more financial breakdowns just like this. But that's it from me, Alex, aka your money friend. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.